All right, I'm getting this technology together. Hi, everybody. It's Dacia Moore with Second Wind Counseling and Consulting. And I am here with you on Get Your Second Wind program, on the Get Your Second Wind program, as we talk about tips and tools to help you manage your mental health and to get your second wind. Be sure that you let a friend know that I am on. You can share the link with them and be sure to get a something to write on, something to write with. I've got some great information for you today. We'll be back. I'll be back in about 30 seconds to give you time to get organized, get your notepad out, get your mind right, and we're going to talk about mental health today. Hey, it's Dacia Moore, licensed professional counselor and executive director of Second Wind Counseling and Consulting, where we help women, especially, but individuals to enhance your emotional intelligence, develop a winning mindset, and eliminate unhealthy or unproductive habits so that you can make the rest of your life the best of your life. Isn't that great? I want you to make the rest of your life the best of your life. And so I come to you every week with tips and tools to help you manage your mental health. Mental health is important. As you can see at the ticker at the bottom, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And I love this time of year. I love talking about mental health. I'm available to do that at your workplace or wherever because when I was going through a very difficult time many, many years ago, struggling with depression, and I have what's called presenteeism. I think that's how you pronounce it, presenteeism, where I was at work, but I was not present. You know what I mean? I was thinking about the struggle that I was having with an impending divorce. There was a lot of conflict in my house. It was very difficult to navigate. I had two small children at the time. I was heartbroken over the demise of my marriage and really, really, excuse me, was struggling with depression. And so I know what it feels like. You know, we have people who say, well, leave your problems at home. Well, we know, especially after COVID, that that is not what happens. We take our problems with us. And in order to enhance our productivity and to be more present at work, and more importantly, to fulfill the ministry that the Lord has given you. Now, that is really the bottom line. You see, when I was going through my difficulty, I knew I was stuck, number one. I knew I had more in me to do, but I didn't know how to get out of the pit of depression that I was in. And my family would say, and my mom would tell me, Dacia, you need to go get some counseling. It is okay. But I was too proud. And I only went to counseling because I was forced to. You see, after I split with my husband, I went to move in with my mom. And I actually stopped going to work. I started calling in sick, and I would call in sick regularly, avoiding life, avoiding facing the life that I now had that was so disappointing. So I know about regret. I know about disappointment. I know about overcoming fear. You know, now I'm holding everything down by myself. Um, what am I, can I do this? Can I do this? We're going to talk about all of that in future episodes, but I know what that feels like. And I was I was struggling so much that I just said, I can't face it, and would just put the covers over my head. But my pastor at the time came over to my house and he said, Dacia, you need to get some help. Otherwise, you're going to lose your job. And that scared the heck out of me because I knew that I needed my job. So I went to counseling. My counselor helped me, and she helped me with my mental health. So now that we're talking about May as Mental Health Awareness Month, you might be asking, Dacia, what is mental health? What is my mental health? People talk about that all the time. What does that actually mean? And what it means is your ability to handle stress. It is how you feel about your life. So your mental health has to do with your feelings. It has to do with your behavior. How are you behaving? Are you behaving in a way that is aggressive? Are you behaving in a way that is sabotaging yourself? For instance, in the situation that I just shared with you, my mental health was my emotions were sadness, disappointment, regret. My thoughts, and that's another element of your mental health, is your thinking. Do you think you are capable of overcoming the difficulty or managing the stress that is in your life? I did not think I was capable. I was terrified. And then my behavior was such that I stayed in the bed. I avoided. And I have since come to learn many things, which is why I share Second Win, Get Your Second Win on this program on a regular basis, because I've learned many things. One is that you cannot solve a problem if you don't look at it. You've got to look at the problem, as ugly as it might be, as difficult as it might be, because you may have done it to yourself, or somebody did something to you that you didn't ask for, you weren't wanting. There was some kind of violence or assault, and it was done to you. And now you are stuck feeling like, how do I move on? And mental health is about, it is where your thinking, your emotions, and your behavior are, if you feel capable. So just like your physical health, everything is fine until you have some pain. Or if you start coughing, if you start having some physical symptoms, then you know something is wrong and you go to the doctor. Well, if you start having emotional, behavioral, or cognitive thinking distress, if you feel like you are in distress and it has happened too long and you feel stuck, and you know if you're stuck or not, that is time to address your mental health. Because just like your physical health, I don't know if you've ever had the experience of having tooth pain. Tooth pain does not go away. Okay, if you don't go to you might try some Orajel, you might try some this, that, and the other, but tooth pain does not go away. And that's the true for your physical pain. Generally, especially in your joints or in your bones, or like in your knees, that doesn't go away unless you do something. So just like that in your physical health, mental health needs attention. If you find that there is something going on in your feelings, you're feeling bad more than you feel good, you were thinking very negative, distressing thoughts more than you are thinking optimistic thoughts, and you are doing things that you know are causing you pain. I once had a client who came in some years ago. She had filed for bankruptcy 5 times, not one, not two, not three, 5 times. And the way that she handled her stress and distress was through shopping. She would, and she knew she didn't have the money. It was through shopping and eating out. She wanted to be social. She was single at the time. She wanted to be among people, but she didn't have anybody to go with. So she would shop and she would eat out, to the degree that she got in debt and had to declare bankruptcy. She couldn't pay her bills. That is an example of behavior that is sabotaging you, because you know that what you're doing is actually, it might feel good in the moment, but it doesn't help you in the long run. So mental health is important. And why should you be aware of your mental health? Why should I be aware of my mental health? Because it has an effect on your future. What you do now, what you do today, affects your future. And according to recent research, Approximately 25% of US adults struggle with depression or anxiety or some combination of both of them, yet less than 1 in 5 will go and get help. So it's important for you to be aware of your mental health so you can go and get help. You are not productive when you are struggling with anxiety, when you are struggling with depression. And anxiety and depression are the predominant mental health issues in this country. Now there are several others, but those are the two that we want to be talking about, that I'm going to be talking about. So why should you be aware of your mental health? Because number one, you can address it, you can feel better. And number two, you don't have to stay where you are. Number three, it has everything to do with having the future that you desire. If you stay stuck, you are not able to move forward. So it's important for you to figure out and to be insightful, to look inside yourself, to acknowledge that, yeah, I am struggling and that I need to do something. So, what do I do if I am concerned about my mental health? May is Mental Health Awareness Month. You'll have lots of things, there'll be lots of things on social media that give you tips and tools on what you should do about your mental health. One thing that I tell everybody is to go to psychologytoday.com. You can put down this website, psychologytoday.com. That is a website where every mental health professional who is in business has a profile across the United States. It might be international, but I know it is at least in the United States. I'm on psychologytoday.com, and all my colleagues are on psychologytoday.com. If you feel that you are stuck in anxiety or depression or some other issue that is causing you to feel bad most of the time, and that's a subjective opinion, that is your opinion. If you feel like you feel bad most of the time, get some help. Don't stay stuck. You don't have to. I stayed stuck way too long. Way too long. As a matter of fact, when I look back over my life and I think things over, I was struggling with depression when I was in high school. And as a matter of fact, most people get diagnosed with depression in their early 20s. You know, I didn't know what it was. I just knew that I felt like I didn't belong. I felt very uncomfortable in my skin, and I felt sad most of the time. Well, I have since come to realize that that was depression. So there are several characteristics, but what I want you to do is, if you are interested in knowing what those characteristics are, this month's e-newsletter, and you can sign up for my monthly e-newsletter by going to secondwindcc.com, because we all need a second wind. This month, I'm going to be talking about mental health. And in every newsletter, I include downloadable, clickable resources. And this month, for May of 2024, I am including 2 assessments in the newsletter. So if you sign up today, you should get it. This month, I'm including 2 assessments that will help you to check to see, am I struggling with depression? One is the PHQ, and one is the Beck's Depression assessment. So go to my website, secondwindcc.com, sign up, or keep in touch with me on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, because I am trying to help you to get your second wind. So that is my timer. I use my timer to manage myself. But I did want to at least jump on here and let you know that May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and that it is important for you to manage your mental health, to address your mental health, to take care of your mental health. That may mean taking breaks more frequently. That means eating well, nutritious food, drinking lots of water, getting lots of sleep, getting exercise. Exercise is the number one way to get stress and overwhelm and anxiety out of your body. Exercise is the number one way where depressed people can feel better. When you exercise, you release serotonin, which is the feel-good hormone. Of course, when you're depressed, you don't feel like uh, exercising, right? Because you're depressed. That's a pressing down. And in future episodes, I'll share the distinction between depression and anxiety. But for today, it's an overview because I really want you to be mindful about your mental health and to take care of yourself so that you can fulfill the destiny that you were created to do. I would not be here talking to you had I not gone to counseling. I went to counseling for about a year and a half. My counselor helped me to the degree that I said, I want to help other people, especially women, and particularly Black women, because there is such a stigma in the Black community against mental health services. And I want to shout from the rooftops, if I had not gone to counseling, I would not be here. I don't know where I would be, but I tell you what, I wouldn't be here. And my children would not be as healthy as they are if I had not gotten the help that I need to become mentally and emotionally healthier. And my grandchildren, it's a legacy that you end up leaving. There, historically, as Black folks, it has not been safe to share our private details, but that is no longer the case. Okay, I'm gonna have to go in a minute. I had a client yesterday. She's in her 40s and she says, Miss D, I was just holding it down. I got the strong Black woman syndrome. I talked about that in one of my previous videos. I said, you are a strong Black woman, but unlike previous generations, my generation, my mom's generation, my grandma's generation, where we had to hold it down, there was no relief. You have a different opportunity. If you're 40 or younger, or even 50 or younger, you have a different opportunity to get the help you need. There are mental health professionals of color out there. Again, go to psychologytoday.com. You can look at their profile. Some of them are faith-based, some of them are not. There are all flavors, colors, shades of mental health professionals on this website. There is no reason for you to stay stuck. There is no reason for you to stay stuck. Help is available. So that is all that I have to share with you today. Be sure to sign up for my newsletter at secondwindcc.com. That's my website. Check it out. Sign up for the newsletter. Again, this month, I'm going to be sending out several assessments to assess this. The first one is for depression. Next week, I'll talk about anxiety. And then the others, they're eating disorders. I don't do a lot with eating disorders. There's postpartum depression. There's all manner of struggle that we have. But I want you to get your second wind. Don't stay stuck as long as I did. But I'm glad that the Lord led me to my counselor, and I'm glad that I got the help that I needed so that I could get the training to help you. Now it's your turn to get the help you need so that you can, in turn, help somebody else. All right? All right. Stay in touch with me. Go to my Facebook page, Dacia Moore, my Instagram page. Check out this video on YouTube. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.